Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and guys, I'm so excited for today's video. We're going to dive into some color, we're going to dive into some small business, because we are looking at Pinky Rose Cosmetics. They recently released these three super bright, super fun, super poppy palettes, and I'm so excited to do a first impression with you guys on them. I have went through and swatched. I have not applied these to the eyes yet because I wanted to do it on camera and get that first experience vibe with you guys all at once. So before I jump right into the palettes, I do want to throw out there, this is a brand that a bunch of you have actually left in the comments of my other videos, like starting probably a month or two ago going forward, and you were talking about their beauty sponges specifically. So I wanted you to know I did pick up, I want to say 2 or 3 of those. So I will be playing with those, working with them, and seeing how they last, how do they apply foundation, do I like the feel, all of that. But I just wanted to let you know I did pick those up as well because you said they were a great alternative to some of the higher end sponges and that the overall like feel was really good. So just so you know, I did also listen, I grabbed those, and I will let you know all that tea as soon as I have it. But until then, guys, color. What? Okay, so we all know I have a love affair with small business. So the concept of individual people with big minds, big hearts, and big ambition, growing themselves and growing their world, I just think is so powerful and so amazing, and I love it. So I'm really excited to get to kind of shout them out and see what they have as far as a formula and as far as color and all of that. So along those same lines, I think it's awesome anytime there is an independent business or a small business that we're talking about. I like to learn a little bit about the brand and kind of share it with you guys. So I'm actually on the Pinky Rose Cosmetics website under the About section, and it has a picture of the 3 sisters, and it says Pinky Rose Cosmetics is a collaboration of 3 sisters, Gina, Michelle, and Delilah. Together we are motivated visionaries with high standards and big dreams. With each of us contributing our unique style and love of cosmetics, we were able to make our vision a reality. Our first goal was to create our own cosmetic brand and open a cosmetic store in Sacramento, California. It is an amazing venture to be building strong business relationships and friendships globally with business owners, celebrity makeup artists, and everyone who visits our store or follows our journey on social media. We are blessed to watch our vision and business grow. We will continue our promise in delivering high-quality products we stand behind. Pinky Rose hopes you enjoy our collections, which allows you to express yourself, express your love for color, express your talent and creativity. As we continue to grow our product line, we hope you continue to enjoy them. Sincerely yours, XOXO. XO, Pinky Rose Sisters, Gina, Michelle, and Delilah. All right, so now the moment we have all been waiting for. It is time to get into these palettes. Oh my good Lord, you guys, I'm so excited. So they released 3 super bright, super colorful palettes. You have the Exotic Peacock, you have Obsessed, and 80's Baby. And there are up close and swatches and all of that, which we will get into in a second. But before we do, I want to give you the overview. Each one of these palettes is $24.99, so $25. I'm just going to round up. 25 bucks, you get 14 shades. Each shade is a little over 0.05 ounces a piece, which is a great pan size, and each one of these is really rich in pigment. Like while I was swatching them, which I'll go through and insert those shortly, holy crap, I will tell you right now, the pigment is so there. Now I do also want to throw out there that if pops of color and bright palettes like this are not your thing, they also do appear on their website to have a ton of other options as far as colors, color stories, even sizes of palettes. These are actually the smaller ones. They have other palettes that have a ton of color on them. So I mean, as far as other options, they also have a contour and concealer palette. They have other palettes that are the same design but much more neutral. So anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there. Now we are going to dive in to the swatches. Yes, okay, so first up we have Exotic Peacock. So in the description of this one, it says, "Hi, I want to personalize my description of this beautiful palette that I am so pleased to share with you. As long as I can remember playing with makeup, I was always drawn to the colors of a peacock. I would have to say every color in this palette is inspired by the colors I wore in high school, which, by the way, I had to sneak wearing makeup because I wasn't allowed to wear it to school. We had a strict mom. Even a night out dancing or flirting with some cute guy, these were my go-to colors. Do you remember J-Lo's Waiting for Tonight music video? The colors, the tropical leaves, the greenery, I worshipped that video. My favorite colors are greens, teals, blues, purples, fuchsia, honey, and pinks. I feel sexy, glamorous, sultry, and exotic when I use these colors. I named each color based on how they make me feel when I wear them. My sisters and I will continue to create based on the essence of our life, reflecting our life through color and makeup. XOXOXO. Michelle. And see, that description is one of the reasons that I love small business, and one of the reasons that even though it might be boring to hear me read them, I am going to read each description. So if you don't like it, you can definitely scooch ahead and like just watch the swatches and keep going. I understand. But I love the personalized touches that you get when you buy from a company like theirs, that it's owned by sisters, it's family, there's story, there's a history to everything. It's not some big corporate person sitting up at a table going, oh, this color is on trend right now. Like, these are real stories from real people, and I just think that it's so awesome. So next up, we're going to dive into the Obsessed palette, and this one was created by their sister Gina, and I love it because in her description she says that she loves the colors and she loves the pigments, which are great, but she also loves it because of the names she chose, that they're personal. Each one identifies with something different and very significant in my life. For example, she picked the shade 90s Love, which is the bright hot pink, and she said that it was to be reminiscent of when she fell in love with her first child, Timothy. My son has always been my hero and my daily inspiration. Then there was also the shade Brick House, which is another little story of hers I love, and it's the beautiful copper color. And she said, my daddy was a DJ, and in his crates of records was a song he always played and called my mama a brick house. And it's little things like that that I think make this palette super beautiful and super personalized. And I thought it was nice that like each sister is kind of taking their own way of looking at it. And then at the end of all the shades she has listed with the meanings, she said, you will be obsessed with how pigmented these shades are. So much one is named pigmented. You can't create or neglect how obsessed you will be with this palette. It will leave you wanting more. XOXO Gina. Let's dive into what Sister Delilah had to say about her palette. She said, introducing 80s Baby. These are 14 amazing pigmented bold colors that take you back in time. Dare to create and make dope looks? You won't want to miss out on this 80s Baby. The names in my palette represent more than an 80s era. They represent parts of my life in the past, present, and future. And then she dives into a paragraph where she uses each word in a sentence to kind of describe, similar to the other sister, how it means something to her and how it reflects on her life growing up, which is so adorable. And I just think that's what makes it really special to look at collections like this. And now I'm gonna be done talking. I am going to dive into these palettes, and girl, I'm gonna shut up because I think I've been talking for like literally 25 minutes. I already have 45 minutes worth of outtakes because I can't read, and it's time to get into these palettes. Yes! Now my eyes are prepped and ready to go with my Tarte Shape Tape, and then I set that down with my Maybelline Fit Me in 05 Fair. So we are ready to go as far as application, and let me give you a shot of how much color I'm looking at. Oh my good lord. Okay. Shwabam. Oh, okay, hold on. I need to like scooch my ass out. Like, holy bejesus, right? Is that not all the most intense, fun, like, ridiculous color you've ever seen? And if you are curious, by the way, the one all the way over here is 80s Baby. Right in the middle, we have Exotic Peacock. And then on the side right here, we have Obsessed. So they all are super bright and fun and poppy and colorful in their own way. And I just dug my pinky nail into one, so that's cool. So like I said, I am doing just a first impression. We're going to play with all three of these palettes. And so I'm going to be bopping back and forth in between them. And I think I want to start off with the shade Care Bear, which is in the 80s Baby palette, which is this nice pale purple. And I want to put that shade right up in this area. And I think I do want to do a cut crease. I wasn't sure, but I want to do a big rounded cut crease so it'll be big and dramatic. So I'm going to work on taking this color and popping it right up in this area with my Sigma tapered small blending brush in E45. Girl, yes. Okay, so we have a little dust, a little kick up in pan, nothing crazy. We're just gonna pop this high crease. Now this one, because it's going in a very small amount, we will probably build it up for a minute. Oh girl, okay. Alright, so next up we're going to grab the shade 90s Love, which is in the Obsessed palette. It's a beautiful, bright ass, bold hot pink, and we're going to pop that right up in the crease next to that purple shade. And I'm taking this on my Morphe Y19 brush. Oh my god. Hello? I'm sorry. Woohoo! Yes, queen. Look at that color. I feel like I'm not getting a ton of pigment out of this color, and I think it would be best if it was on an unset lid. Typically, I wouldn't go and try to find this type of information, but I think that the problem is these are being put down on a set lid that I've already set down with a setting powder, and sometimes, like the James Charles palette and other palettes I've worked with, they just perform better on an unset base, so it's tacky, it makes it look more pigmented, and it just blends a little better. These are blending great, but I'm not getting that true pigment out of them that I think should be there, because I'm telling you, when I swatched these were the most intense colors, and they were just absolutely stunning, so I want to give them every shot that I can to like like build up and look as beautiful as I think they should. So I'm actually gonna go ahead, I'm gonna wipe this off and try an unset lid and see if that works better. So give me a second and I will be right back with some unset eyelids. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing them one at a time just because they'll get really creasy if I don't, but I'm using the Shape Tape in the shade Fair Neutral, so it's the same thing before, it's just unset now, and I like to wait a second, let it get nice and tacky, and we're gonna dive in with the same exact Care Bear shade, the same brush, all of that, and we're gonna see if this goes a little better. So let's give it a shot and see if this was the little trick we needed. The same shade 90s Love, that bright hot pink, on the same Morphe Y19 brush right next to it. And anytime I'm working with an unset lid, I like to pack my color on lightly first, and I build it up in layers, and then I start to blend. That helps to just set down that area of the lid and then kind of work from there. Oh yeah, this is making a huge difference. Definitely don't set your lids. So I think on the tail end of this eye, I want to tuck the shade Lustful, which is from the Peacock palette, which is this bright ass purple. And I think I just want to work that in there. I'm going to use the It Cosmetics brush, which is the Precision Crease C6155, and it's kind of an odd shape, okay? So it's like slightly packer, a little bit elongated, like this has a lot going on, but I'm mainly picking this one for the packer ability. Like, look at that purple color. That right there told me, I'm like, there is color in these. You're just doing it wrong. Like, you need to figure your life out. Because I am obsessed, and I wanted to like draw a deeper purple like what I have on the inner eye, but I wanted it to be, again, just a little deeper, darker, and kind of blended on both sides of that pink. And we're just gonna create ourselves like this beautiful cloud of bubblegum cuteness. Wow, that's a beautiful purple. And I will say too, their purples swatched stunningly, and purple is a really difficult shade to formulate, especially if you're a vegan brand. And these are like, look at that. There's no patch, there's no issue there. It's just beautiful. Like, you're just sexy, girl, yes. And in just really light, small circular motions, I'm blending in between that purple and that pink. I'm not taking it too far up. I'm just very lightly blending right there because I don't want the purple to get away. There's so much pigment in this. Now I'm trying something a little different because I feel like every time I do a bold eye, I always do very like dark and intense. And bold eyes can be fun and colorful and poppy, and they don't always have to get like so dark all the time. And so I'm trying to like keep this nice and like fun and very reminiscent of these palettes without getting it to be like so dark and deep and overwhelming. So I think what I want to do is definitely a cut crease. So to do the cut crease, I'm going to grab my Tarte Shape Tape and my flat Vasanti eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to go in and cut it out like normal, making sure it's a nice wide cut. Nothing too crazy here. We're not rewriting the book on cut creases, guys. We're just cutting it out. So now I'm going to take that same dark purple, same brush from It Cosmetics, and I'm going to blend out the edge of that concealer cut crease just out into that area because that's where I kind of want it to taper off into. My God, look at that color. I can't get over how intense and bold these are. Like, what? Oh, these are some damn sexy colors. So now just up in this region a little bit, I don't want to lose that nice hot pink, so I'm going to put a little bit of that just in front of that purple shade, just so I don't lose that color, but just a tiny, tiny bit of it. Now in the Obsessed palette, I think I'm going to take for this little inner chunk right here, and I'm going to blend the two shades Fresh and Stay Golden into each other. So I'm going to start with the lighter shade and blend it into this one, and then just kind of finish the fan out. But I think that those are two beautiful bright colors that'll blend really nicely into that area. Now, as most of you know, before I go in with any type of a shimmery or a glittery shade, I always go in with a glitter glue. So I'm going to grab my NYX glitter primer, and I am going to throw this over that little section of concealer that's left. And I'm going to use that before I go in with those super fun shades. And again, I will say this is not always a necessary step. My eyes are just so creasy and so textured and very oily. So I find that if I don't go in with this extra step, it has a really difficult time clinging to the lids. And that's any shade, any color, any glitter, it doesn't matter. So I always just do this as a way of keeping everything fair and lasting longer. Start off with the shade Fresh, and I'm going to pop that right on in there with just my finger at first. Oh, yes. Oh my God. That is such a pretty shade. Oh, bitch. I'm sorry. Who are you? Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Part of me doesn't even want to wreck it with the yellow. Okay, let's just see what it looks like if I do all fresh, because I honestly am obsessed with that. Like, I could use that as a face highlight. Who are you? That shade is like, oh, I mean, am I peeing? Because I might be. Wow. Also lightly taking whatever's left on my finger and kind of dragging it over top of all this stuff, just because it'll veil it with a nice like little light shimmer, but it's not concentrated because there was no glitter glue there. And then I'm going to go in with this tiny little flat brush. This is a Furless Cosmetics Pro 2M brush, and I'm going to take this with that same fresh shade, and I'm going to get a nice tight line up against that cut crease. So now, obviously I'm loving all this shimmer and glimmer that we have going on, but I do want to give back a little bit of that purple pink situation, and so I'm going to go in with the shade Tease, which as you can see, I went in with Lustful. Tease is like the shimmery-ish version of that color, so I'm going to pop down a little bit of glitter glue right in that area, the same NYX glitter primer, and I'm going to just pat it in there and go in with a tiny bit of the shade Tease, just to give me back that slight purple in this area, but I don't want to lose that shine. And I'm just kind of tapping it on very, very lightly with my finger. Okay, am I the weird one here? I love when you go in with your makeup wipe and you just literally clean up. It's like a ½ an inch worth of makeup, just like a little boop, and it literally just like pulls it together and you're like, I'm sorry, who are you, queen? That's beautiful. So as I said before, I want to keep this look nice and bold and intense, but bright. I don't want to deepen it up a ton, so I'm not going to deepen up the outer V, but I do want to add a little bit of this black shade right here, and I want to see, how do you say that? Fuerte?
Fuerte.
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 Fuerte. Okay. We're good now. Okay, so I would like to grab the shade Fuerte, and I want to run that on the upper lash line right here, right down close to the lashes, and I'm gonna do that with a long brush that I don't know where I put it. Hello, excuse me, where's my brush? So I'm gonna be taking this on the Stila 13 brush, which is a nice flat liner brush, and I'm gonna grab that shade Fuerte, and I'm going to run it again right up into the lashes. And this is something I've been doing a lot lately. I love getting the look of liner without having it be super intense. It emphasizes the lashes, it gives you a little bit of extra depth and dimension. And guys, when I swatched this looked like such a beautiful, bold, intense black. Oh my god, this is a stunning ass black. Like, it was a one swiper. I'm like, I'm sorry, who are you? Swiper one swiping, what? I didn't pull it up or make a wing out of it. Should I, or is that gonna deepen me up? I'll do it a little bit, just a tiny, tiny bit with a little bit of color. And I'm just gonna ever so slightly kind of wing me up, just a little. Wing me up, Scotty, wing me up. I actually really like that, especially because I did it with an eyeshadow instead of a liner. Sometimes when you go in with an actual, like a felt tip liner or anything like that, it's just really crisp, and so it looks more stark, more intense. And this is a beautiful rich black, but because it's a powder, it doesn't look as finite and as like, it doesn't have that intense feel to it. So anyways, I'm gonna run off of camera. I'm gonna do obviously this eye, because girl's got some work to do, and I'm gonna stop back on and give you some thoughts. But until then, like, that's kind of, wow. I'm impressed, y'all. Like, that looks really nice. It's super blended. Oh my god. And it's such a nice, bright moment. Like, let's pretend this eye isn't here. Wow. Right? Wow. Okay. I'll be right back. I'm like mesmerized by myself. I'll be right back. Oh, hello there. I finished up the rest of my face, and I want to ask you, who is this devilly little minx that has on these big ass false lashes? Girl, that would be me. Oh my god, are we obsessed with these? Because I kind of am. I love these. These are the Lily Miamis, and Lily Miamis are one of the most beautiful lashes on the planet, and I have a really difficult time with lashes that are this big because I have hooded eyes. So as you can see, the lashes just like eat my whole eye. Like, they go all the way to my brow bone. It's a thing, and you know, after a while, you're just used to it. But I haven't worn lashes in so long that I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like these. And I put them on and I was like, who are you? Who are you? What's going on? Smize me. Like, I was just like grabbing the wall and like I was in it to win it when I put these on, because there's something about Lily Miamis. If you need a lash that is dramatic, intense, I'm obsessed with Lily Lashes Miami. So with that out of the way, let's move on to the eyeshadow, because that is why we are here. Guys, I'm obsessed with these. I have so many thoughts. Now, the first thing that I want to mention is the way that these look and photograph on the eye. And this is something that I've noticed throughout the last year and a half, 2 years-ish of being on YouTube, is that not everything photographs in the same way when it's in a beauty studio or with a ton of beauty lights versus when it's out in the real world, out in dull lighting, natural lighting, filtered lighting, fluorescent lighting. All of these different type of lights really influence the way that things look on the eye, the way that they photograph, the way that they video, and it just has a lot to do with texture and light bouncing and that sort of thing. And I say all of that because this eyeshadow formula that they use is stunning in every single light I just went and tried it in. I went from here, I went to natural lighting, I went to like a really dusky, dim lit part of the house, I went over here, I took a video, I took a photo, I went all over the place because I could not believe that everywhere I went, these were so bright and so bold and intense. And the only real critique that I do have with these, as you guys already saw, is that they do not work very well with a set lid. These work so much better on an unset lid. Like I can't, the difference, you guys saw the difference. They were very dull, lackluster. They weren't really packing much of a punch when they were on the Maybelline Fit Me lid. But once I went ahead and I went in with just that Tarte Shape Tape, that made the biggest difference in the entire world. So I definitely recommend if you pick these up, you can give that a shot. Now related to blendability, I do want to get into the Fallout Kick and Pan. Look, that's real short. There was no fallout and there was very little kick and pan, and I think that that's just because these did blend very nicely, so I think that's indicative of the little bit that I got, it was slightly powdery but not too bad. So when a shadow has kick and pan, I don't ever mind as long as it's not too much and too powdery and too like foof and it goes everywhere. I don't mind because it's not a huge mess, number one. Number two, if it does have kick and pan, I just expect it to be that much more blendable because I think that that's something, you know, we come to expect now with shadows is if there is kick and pan, then we want them to be a little bit more blendable, and that's just supposed to speak to the fluidity and the softness of the shade is how well it'll blend on the eyes. And these blended amazingly. I have literally nothing to say. The shades were beautiful, and I know that I only used a handful of colors, but I can tell you that I am so impressed already. I will definitely keep working with these, and as of late I haven't been working with a ton of colors, so for me to get something like these palettes in the mail and be so inspired and so drawn into them with that color and that love, this is just something I haven't felt in quite some time, and to have these bring that out is just amazing. So I love them for that. Now I want to jump into real quick the lower lash line and what I did there because we had a little bit of a small kerfuffle. So when I went to the lower lash line, I took that shade 90's Life and I ran that pretty sloppily on the lower lash line there, all the way from the outer to the inner V. I wasn't trying to be, you know, super specific with it. I just wanted to get that nice waft of that pink down there. And then I went in with that black shade Fuerta and I took that on the outer V nice and tight to the lower lash line and went back in and blended that with the hot pink. I wanted it to be deep but not too deep, and then that's where things got fun. So I don't have this next part on video, but you'll also see that there is yellow down here. Do you know why there's yellow, boys and girls? Let me tell you, it's because I, like an idiot, did my mascara and then sprayed my face. I am telling you right now, I cannot do mascara and then spray my face. But I did, and then I ended up with little mascara bullshit on my lower area. And it was like in the worst spot. You can actually, in the close-up, if you're looking very, very carefully, you can probably see it. And it's like right here, right here. I'm like, are you kidding? Oh, and then I have a chunk like right in here that I had to deal, like I was like, game over. I'm so done. So I went in and I tried to fix it, and then I blended the yellow, which, can I just say, the yellow blended like a dream. And I also just want to throw this out there real quick. While I'm like bragging and loving and bragging and loving on these palettes, I highlighted my face right here. Do you see that highlight? That alone is the shade Fresh. Oh my good Lord. I will take 20 of these. Pinky Rose, could you just send me a big pan of this? Like my own little pan? Please and thank you, because I'm obsessed with that. It looks so beautiful. I love it so much. So if you do pick up this Obsessed palette and you're right around my skin tone, girl, that is a beautiful highlight shade. And as a small brand, I just want to encourage you because I think y'all are killing it. And I love these palettes. I love the packaging. I think the price point is very, very nice. For 25 bucks, 14 shades. The 14 shades you're going to get are beautiful. They're poppy. And these are definitely not like your everyday palette. These are very fun and intense and bright and bold. But if you're looking to expand into that direction and you're really wanting to support like a smaller, more independent type company that's really making it happen, girl, I think that you might have just found something. I'm sorry. Look at this. Exotic Peacock. Oh my god, Lord. Oh my god. Like, these blues are calling to me. And I know everybody's gonna be like, why didn't you do blue? I don't know. I was feeling the pink purple. I had to. You have to go where it leads you, and it led me here, and I'm not upset about it. Guys, that is it for today's video. Please let me know down below. Do you love these types of videos? Do you like finding smaller, more independent brands and companies and people and really investing our time and our money and our resources into them? Let me know your thoughts. And if you have another company you'd like me to look at for their cosmetics or whatever, leave that down below as well, because you know your girl would love to take a look, and I would love to test it out and see if it is good, see if the tea is hot. So let me know down below all of your thoughts, and while you're down there, move on up to that description box, because my Instagram and my Twitter are both linked in there, and my Facebook actually. I'm the most active on Instagram, and girl, where do you think this eye look is going? Oh my good Lord, it is going to my Instagram, because I've already taken 752 pictures, so just saying. And also, please do not forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications if you have not yet. Guys, I upload 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. We have everything from eye looks and palette reviews and hate-its and favorites and empties and foundation reviews and all kinds of craziness. And there is a ton of foundation reviews that are going to be coming as soon as those foundations drop, girl. We all know which ones they are, Morphe, Fenty. I'm so excited. Whew. Guys know I love a good foundation review. Like, I'm literally getting warm just thinking about how excited I am. So definitely subscribe and stay tuned for that. And that is it, you guys. Thank you so, so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. My sisters and I will continue to create based on the essence of our life, reflecting our life through the colors. Wait, what? My sisters and I will continue to create based on the essence of our life, reflecting our life through the color and makeup. More time. My sisters and I will continue to create based on the essence of our life, reflecting our life through the color of makeup. No, not what it says. So in the description of this, so in the description of the exotic okay. So anyways, okay. Okay. Each palette has 14 shades. Each shade is a little over 0.05. Okay, so okay. Paige, why? What is every literal syllable is and I don't know why. See, okay. Do I need to like have a timeout? Because I feel like I need a timeout already. When I do that, do I look a little bit like a Vulcan? No? Just weird? Okay.
I bought you French fries.
Oh my good Lord. Open those bitches up. I knew you liked me all this time.
We had to wait for them. They're probably still hot.
Oh my God. I love you. Through our entrepreneurship efforts, wait, what? Through our entrepreneurship, why do I do that? It's entrepreneurship. Why, when you go to say it and say it in a sentence, is it not? Okay. Through our entrepreneurship, do you see what I'm saying? Through our entrepreneurship. Oh my fuck God. Am I like forgetting how to read? Entree. Okay, bitch, you know what an entree is. You like dinner. Entree, entrepreneurship. It's not that fucking hard. Entrepreneurship. You are one. Hello. Entrepreneurship. I'm an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship. Through our entrepreneurship, we celebrated a success, grand opening. Oh my God. And then I got so excited I said it, I couldn't fucking read the whole sentence. Cool.